Okay, so imagine this. Imagine a job where your only task is really just to talk to someone. No selling anything, no products, just conversation. So, is it actually possible, you think, to get paid just to be a friend? Today, that's what we're exploring. We're doing a deep dive into the surprising rise of virtual friendships,
Mhm.
seeing it as like a legitimate side hustle. And this is all based on some fascinating source material called The Human Hustle, earning as a virtual friend.
Exactly. And that's really our mission for you today. We're going to try and unpack the details of this whole emerging thing, looking at why it's getting traction, and what it actually involves day to day. The aim is for you to quickly get a handle on its sort of unique place in the modern gig economy. And maybe, just maybe, see what it tells us about, well, where we are as a society right now.
It's a really interesting idea. So to get started, let's nail down the core concept. What exactly is this virtual friend gig? I mean, at its heart, it seems to be about offering companionship, right? Through chats, video calls, texts.
Yeah, pretty much. But what's really insightful, I think, is the why behind it. The source material points out that it's happening in this context of an increasingly digital world, a world that can feel pretty isolating sometimes. People are genuinely looking for connection.
So it's more than just general loneliness.
Well, yeah, the source suggests it's a direct response to how our traditional communities are maybe fragmenting a bit. Think about someone new in town. They don't just want tourist tips. Maybe they want a local's perspective. Or, like a professional who feels a bit isolated needs someone outside their work bubble. Or even someone going through a breakup, just needing someone to listen without judgment.
Ah, okay. So for those specific needs.
Exactly. For those specific needs, sometimes these structured paid interactions feel more accessible. Or maybe faster than waiting for organic friendships to form.
Okay, that makes sense. So given that,
Mm.
that need, how does someone actually get involved if you wanted to be that virtual friend? The source mentions specific platforms, right? Like RentAFriend, Papa, Rementor, places you can sign up.
That's right. Those are the kinds of places.
And what about the money side? Is it like worth your time?
Well, the source says it can be. Rates seem to range from, say, $15 up to maybe $50 an hour.
15 to 50 an hour? That's not insignificant for just talking.
It's not. But then the question becomes, what are they expecting from you for that money?
Right.
And the key things highlighted are flexibility and authenticity. Big time. You choose your own schedule. You decide what you're comfortable with, the topics. Maybe you chat about movies one day, offer some advice the next, or just, let someone vent.
So it's not about putting on an act.
No, that's the crucial point the source makes.
Mm.
It's not about being fake. It's about being truly present, engaged.
Okay, present and engaged. So what kind of person thrives in this then? What skills or qualities does the source say you need?
It really seems to boil down to things like emotional intelligence, good communication skills, obviously, also really important, healthy boundaries, knowing where the line is,
Hmm.
and just being a good listener, having an open heart, basically.
And what's striking is the source says you don't need like a fancy degree for this or tons of followers.
Exactly. No specific degree needed, no huge social media presence, no super polished resume. It's more about who you are, your character, than your credentials.
Mm.
And if you connect that to the bigger picture, it's not just this quirky side job. It actually seems to offer a dual benefit. For the person doing it, it can be surprisingly fulfilling,
Yeah.
apparently. And, well, it pays.
Fulfilling and lucrative.
Yeah. And the source kind of argues that in a world that's getting more automated, valuing efficiency above all, this hustle, it brings the focus back to really human things.
Hmm.
Empathy, being present, listening. These might be the new, premium skills in this digital economy.
That's a really powerful thought. And like other service gigs, can you specialize? Can you niche down?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. The source gives some great examples. You could be, say, a virtual friend for gamers,
Hmm.
someone who gets that world, or a book buddy, maybe specifically for romance novels, if that's your thing.
Yeah.
Or you could offer, mindful conversations, language practice, even accountability check-ins for habit building.
Wow, so lots of possibilities depending on your own interests.
Definitely seems that way.
Okay, but let's tackle the elephant in the room, maybe. Safety. People listening might be thinking, am I just giving my phone number out to strangers?
That's a fair question.
Huh.
But the source explains that these platforms, they're generally designed to protect you. Your identity is usually kept private. You don't typically have to give out your personal contact info.
Okay.
And you have control. You
Mm.
can block someone, you can report issues, you can just stop the conversation if you feel uncomfortable. Think of it like the safety features in ride-sharing apps. There are controls in place.
Like Uber for a conversation almost.
Kind of, yeah. And that comparison is actually pretty useful when thinking about the societal shift here. Remember how it may be weird at first seemed to pay a stranger to drive you in their personal car?
Oh, yeah, totally.
Uber, Lyft, they made that normal?
Hmm.
So the idea of paying for a friend,
Hmm.
while maybe still feeling a bit odd to some, is potentially following a similar path. It's becoming less alien as we adapt to new ways of finding connection and services.
We're just extending things we already do.
The source subtly suggests that, yeah, think about it. We pay people to walk our dogs, right?
Hmm.
We pay for grocery delivery, personal trainers. People even hire organizers.
True.
So that raises this really interesting question. In a world where connection is often digital, sometimes fleeting, what does it actually mean when just being present, just listening, becomes a valuable service people seek out and pay for? The implication in the source is that providing genuine human connection. Yeah, maybe that's the most human hustle of all.
It's really fascinating, this whole look at our changing economy. Getting paid for genuine connection, the source material, the human hustle, earning as a virtual friend, it really does shed light on this unique and growing part of the gig economy.
It really does. And it leaves us, and you listening, with something pretty provocative to think about. In this increasingly digital world, what happens when simply being there for someone, listening without judgment, becomes a paid service? Does that change how we think about human interaction itself, how we value it? Or maybe does it just highlight a really deep human need that's finding a new way to be met in our modern times? Something to consider.